Hello and welcome to Practical F2L video number 6. Like I explained before, the purpose of my series of videos is to show you my practical approach to the Friedrich set of algorithms, which you can download from the batmephisto.com site, or you can just Google Batmephisto speed cubing guide and you will get an article that will give you the algorithms that you need for the first two layers as well as for the third layer based on the Friedrich method. My series of videos is dedicated to sharing with you my practical approach to memorizing the execution steps of all of these algorithms besides the 10 that I pointed out in videos number 1. Alright, so let's start off. I've made the cross to save time, and we've got the corner piece over here, the buddy piece right next to it, and they are in the right place. The corner piece is right between the two center colors that contain the same colors as the corner piece itself. Alright, so everything is fine, so I can start off. I've got a front with a match on top. Now this is a stack configuration to the left. Now I don't think I've had this one before. The mirror image for this is a right with the same here. How I remember the algorithm for a right with a right here with the same colors here is like this. When I have a right as opposed to left, or right as opposed to left, and a right as opposed to wrong, meaning right meaning same colors, like I've got same colors to the left here now, then a right for right as opposed to left, and a right as opposed to mixed, then would be my R algorithm, which is Ruru. So R for right, R for right, R for Ruru. So that's how I remember the algorithm then for if I had my main color on the right with the colors here right. So that would be Ruru. So this is the mirror image for that algorithm, which is the front right here. And so that is then a Y Ruru. I just put a Y in front of the Ruru because I don't have it's not an algorithm that starts with a U that I can, because if it was like that, I would have replaced the first U with a D, and I would have had D Ruru. But the algorithm for the mirror image of this, which is right, is Ruru. So there's no U in front of the Ruru, so which means that the front with the right here is then a Y Ruru. Alright, so there's my Y. And then the R obviously doesn't go down because that's going to place everything at the bottom here. So the R is obviously this way. The U is never this way because the corner piece remains on the same level, which is the right level or the right layer. It remains on the right layer. You have to break that monotony, so it has to go that way. And then everything just reverses. The U comes, the R goes back up and the U comes back. So this is going to be my match point, because everything is going to be matched here, and this is going to be my solve point. I need to now just quickly discern whether or not the center colors are on either side of the corner piece. I see it's not. That's because of the Y that I performed. So I know before I go to match and solve this side, I need to just bring the colors on either side of the corner piece. Alright, so obviously that calls then for a D prime, and so now I can go over and I can do the match. I come back and match the white or line up the white, and I solve it, and I've solved the first corner without knowing the actual algorithm. Right, red and blue is over here. The red and blue is at the back. This is a top match situation, so I'm going to hide the corner, the buddy piece, and I'm not going to Y because of my match. So all I do is bring the buddy piece to the right, and because it was a match situation, I hide it away from me. All I do now is take the corner piece around to line up with the buddy piece at the back. So there it's all matched up. This is my match point. This is going to be my solve point. So I bring it over to the solve point, and I take it past the solve point, bring up the white of the cross, take that back, and solve those two pieces. And I've done the second corner. We've got orange and blue. It happens to be everything at the right place, the corner piece right, and the buddy piece right next to it. Now this is a right with two same colors here. This is also an algorithm that I pointed out in video 1 that you needed to learn, which is that UR U2R algorithm over there. So I'm just going to execute it, UR, U to R. If it's a right with a right here, a right as opposed to left, and a right as opposed to mixed, it's my down stack is my UR, U to R. I just learned that, just memorized that. So it's a U, obviously not a U this way. It's a U, R not obviously down, because that's going to place the body piece at the bottom. So it's U and a R, and then U2, and the body piece goes there, the R comes back, and the corner piece is now over there. I'm occupying those two layers, so obviously I need to perform a U to place them to occupy these two layers. So there's my body piece and my corner piece. All I need to do is go over and fetch or match. So this is my match point, this is my solve point, just to make sure before I do the move, just make sure that my center colors are in the right positions, and I see they are. So it's a matter of going over and match, come back and solve. And I've solved that part as well. Alright, so then we have red and green. I don't know if I had the situation before, but just quickly explain. If the last color is at the bottom, and I'm forming with a body piece a left pillar, I call this a pillar, a left pillar, that's my Urur-Dilul algorithm. And the way I remember that algorithm is, if I have a left pillar, I just switch it to right, and I've got Urur-Dilul. The R reminds me of right. Here the Dilul, the L reminds me of left. Now if you can see the pillars to the right here. If the pillar was to the left, if it was a left pillar, it would have been perfect. A left pillar and Dilul, L left, that would have been perfect and easy to remember. Similarly here, if the pillar here was to the right, and the algorithm was Urur, the R for right, that would have been also easier to remember. But I know that they are swapped over or swapped around. Alright, so this is how I remember it. It's a practical approach, remember. So this is a left pillar, which is then I swap it for right, and I get my Urur-Dilul. So I just hold it in this fashion, and it's Urur-Dilul. And it's obviously a U this way. This algorithm starts with a U plus, and then it's a R this way. This is just an algorithm that you need to learn. You can't execute this algorithm by following a set of rules. Okay, then it's a U back, it's a R back, and it's then a D towards the left hand side, and it's a L, and it's a U, U this way around, and it's a L back. Okay, so, and there I fixed the last one. Okay, this last algorithm, as I explained in the beginning of video 1, might be tricky to memorize. I think these are the only two that are a bit tricky to memorize, Dilul-Dilul and the Urur-Dilul. But yes, apart from those two, the remainder of all the other algorithms are easy to memorize and easy to execute. Alright, in any case, that's then video 6. I've done the first two layers, and I'll endeavor to do 1 or 2 or 3 maybe more to cover at least each of these algorithms just once, and then after that I will show you my approach to the third layer. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye bye.